I'm Julie Goodwin and I'm going to make a beautiful sweet curry braised lamb chop. For this recipe I'm using 4/4 chops for a couple of reasons. First of all, they're really inexpensive compared with some of the other cuts. Secondly, they've got a lovely lot of sort of fat and sinew through there so that when you cook them slowly, that breaks down and you're left with the most beautiful, tender, flavourful meat. So before I start, I'm just going to trim off any really big bits of fat off those chops. You don't have to go crazy, just any really big chunks. I'm going to start by coating these in a flour and curry mixture. So this is just plain flour, 1/4 cup, and then 1/4 cup of curry powder. This is just Heinz curry powder, the stuff that my mum always had in the cupboard. 3 tablespoons is equal to 1/4 cup. That's Australian 20ml tablespoons. And I'm going to put in a bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and mix that all together. So I'm going to use an oven-proof pan that has a lid. It can be a cast iron one like this, or it can be a non-stick one with oven-proof handles, as long as it's got a lid. Bit of olive oil, and then I'm just going to coat those chops in the curry and flour mixture. Shake the excess flour off that so it doesn't burn in the pan. So I'm going to hold on to that excess flour and curry powder because that will go in a little bit later to thicken up the sauce. I just want to get a nice golden colour on that because that really enhances the flavour of the dish. So once I've got that lovely colour on both sides, I'm going to take those out. To that pan I'm going to add some cut up carrot, some onion and some garlic. And I'm just going to saute that until the onion's fragrant and translucent and the garlic and the carrot has started to sort of soften down a little bit. So once that's nice and soft and fragrant, I'm going to go in with the rest of that curry and flour mixture and then add some stock to make the sauce. So into that I'm going to add 1/2 can of tomatoes, and with the other 1/2 of a can you can pop that straight into the freezer, or you can make a little pizza sauce out of it, or you can double your recipe. Into there also some yogurt, and then just to add to the sweetness, a little bit of brown sugar, and that really echoes the sweetness of the onions and the lamb and the carrot in there. This is quite a nostalgic dish. When you taste it, I think that it might give you memories. It certainly did for my mum when I made this for her recently. She was taken straight back to Nan's kitchen, you know, the braised chops were on the menu quite often. Now once that's all mixed in, I can turn that heat off now. I'm going to return those chops to the pan so that they're covered up in that sauce. So once those chops are all sort of nestled in amongst the curry sauce, I'm just going to put a lid on top and pop that into a slow oven for around 1 3/4 to 2 hours. And what you'll notice is that the lamb becomes very, very soft and kind of falling apart. Now if you want to do this in the slow cooker, what you'll do is transfer the chops and the sauce all into the bowl of your slow cooker and put that on to either high for around 4 hours or on very low for about 6 hours. If there's not enough liquid in the slow cooker for the chops to be fully submerged, you may need to add a little bit of extra beef stock. But I found in my slow cooker that this was enough to cover them all the way up, and that's all you need. So there it is, that beautiful soft lamb, that lovely sauce. It smells amazing. I'm just going to top it off with a little bit of parsley for some colour, just a very rough chop. What I would do is serve that to the table in the pan with some rice and some papadums and let everybody help themselves. That's really beautiful. The lamb is soft, it's falling apart. There's a bit of spice in the sauce. It's sweet and tangy and delicious. This is a real winter winner.